Here's the audience.
Mom.
Between 600,000 and 6 million women, and between 100,000 and 6 million men are victims of domestic abuse each year. There needs to be an easier way to get help when dealing with an abusive relationship. I chose this topic because it's very close to me. My mother was in an abusive relationship when I was young, and it was very hard for her to get help. I think that one reason that women go back and forth in relationships is because they have fear of retaliation by their partner, lack of support from the community, and economic concerns like where am I going to live, how am I going to support myself and my kids if they have kids with them. I used to wonder why myself that my mother went back and forth, and she said that she had to keep me and my sister safe from harm of potentially worse attacks. And by doing that, her abuser would threaten her that if she did leave him, he was going to hunt us down and kill us or, make things worse. And she feared that. So that was the retaliation by her partner. And, she did not have her family around. We were living out of town and she had nowhere to go. So, she didn't have support from the community really. The shelters, they often provide and focus on safety and necessities like finding jobs or housing for the people in their shelters. But I don't think they help women or men or whatever to detach themselves emotionally from the situation, from the relationship. And I think that's a big part of it. If you're not detached emotionally, you can't resolve the relationship issues that are still there that need to be resolved. Shelters, I think they should offer a type of counseling or a way to build up the woman's confidence so that it's easier for them to move along and progress forward. You may think that it's easy to, if you're being abused, to just contact the police or a shelter, but it's not as easy as it sounds. If you call the law and they come and investigate, the case, well, they may only put the abuser in jail for that night, or maybe not at all. And if they do, if they get out, they could get out on bond most of the time. And if they do, they can come out and find you and attack you, which was one of the situations my mother was in. He always said, if you threw me in jail, I'm going to get out on bond and I will hunt you down. So it doesn't always work that way. And you have to go through so many legal matters, like filing a restraining order on somebody. Or, that's just a piece of paper. It's not going to do anything. You need help right away. And I don't feel that people feel secure in calling the law because there's nothing like that to protect them that they need. Also, the shelters, I think, my mom called the shelter whenever she was in trouble, and they asked her, are you in danger or are you being abused right at this moment? And, she says no, and they're like, well, if you are, you need to call the legal system, and you need to call the cops, and then speak with us. I feel that someone who is being abused right at the moment, or even if they're not, their attacker may be away, and that's the only chance they have to get out of the house or wherever they are. I think there should be a place where they can just go there for the night or for a week just to get away from their attacker until they can get help and contact other places. At least they are in a safe, secure place. And I think there should be a shelter that welcomes them no matter what, if they've contacted the legal system or not. And I think that will help a lot of cases, a lot of situations, and help people feel more secure in the community about these abusive situations that they've been put in. Let's just try to make things easier on these victims because they're already having a hard enough time in their life. They don't need more stress. So, there's my persuasion.